Okay, so what you see is a very connected world. So this is like globalization and a world that's connected by internet. So the way we communicate has evolved, has changed. Dati, if you've watched movies like Harry Potter or Game of Thrones, 'di ba the way they communicate kasi wala pa ng internet during their time, wala pang phones, 'di ba? So it's through owl or it's through raven, and then nagkaroon ng mails, nagkaroon ng letters, nagkaroon ng telegram. You know, the telegram that we have now, yung online. Dati, if you know, if you're like me, like maybe no one is above 30 years old here, I suppose. We have Telegram where you can send letter, but you're limited to 50 characters. Ganyan. And now we have email, we have internet, we have Zoom. So the way we communicate has changed, and the way we do business has changed as well. Before we have the barter style, like I have a kilo of rice and I'll exchange it with a kilo of fish. So ganon. And then we have sari-sari store, and now we have malls wherein you have your stalls and people would go to the mall and check your stalls. And during the pandemic, the online shopping, drastically became popular. Kasi dati meron din namang online, pero di ganun kasikat. But because of the pandemic, ang dami and until now, most of the activities and most of the businesses are done online. So if you're a business and you don't have an online presence, it's difficult to compete. Kasi ngayon, 'di ba, online selling, Shopee, food, almost everything you can do online. So even if you have a construction company, if you don't have a website, it's difficult for you to reach a bigger audience. So and and now, because of the way we do commerce or the way we do trade, the way we do our business became E, which means electronic, or O, online. So it's very important that you know how to do lead generation, okay, or prospecting. So for you to attract more customer or to build your customer base. So, and it's because of lead generation that we are here together. So that's the power of lead generation. So we are here as Team 91, and it's because of the efforts on lead generation. So tonight, we're going to discuss lead generation or prospect. This is your course on prospecting and lead generation. So our course objectives are the following: define leads and lead generation, including prospecting, and then understand the importance of lead generation for online professionals. And then this is the exciting part: know the best tools in the market, and also learn how to generate leads details. So we're expecting that within the course of within 4 hours, we can understand the principles of lead generation. At the same time, we will get the basic skills on how to do lead generation. So we'll try to cover that within before we end by 10 p.m. Okay, so let's now go to our definition. So prospects and leads. So prospects are companies or individuals that are interesting to an organization to be clients, customers, partners, or sponsors. So example, so ito yung sa halimbawa ikaw yung business owner, prospects, ito yung mga tao or mga company that you feel would be good for your business. Pwede sila maging client, pwede sila maging partner, or pwede sila maging sponsor. In the case of Virtualahan, Virtualahan is a non-profit organization, and we run training for disadvantaged communities like persons with disabilities, out of school youth, solo parents, recovering addicts, indigenous people, and because conducting training is expensive, we need sponsors, and we look for sponsors. So kilala nyo kung sino yung sponsor nyo. While you while you are here enjoying the training for free, it's paid for by your sponsors. Kasi we need to pay our staff, we need to pay our trainers, we need to pay our tools and all of that. So, sinong type, kung alam niyo kung sino yung sponsors ninyo? Okay? Empower, that's correct. Okay, your sponsor is Empower. There's another one, ACT or ACT, Asian Community Trust. Okay, so that's your sponsors. And thank you to Lead Generation. We form Virtualahan. We are the service provider. You have your sponsors, and you are our consumers. Okay, you're the one consuming the scholarship. Okay, and it starts with prospecting. Okay, now ano naman yung leads? Okay, leads are companies or individuals that shows interest uh, to an organization to be clients, customer partners, or sponsors. So halimbawa, yung prospect, ano pa lang to, profile. You are profiling ito yung mga tao that could be interesting to me. Okay. Yung leads naman, these are prospects who showed interest in your organization. So halimbawa, you run an ad, tapos nag-click sila dun sa ad mo. So nung na-receive nila yung ad, prospect pa lang sila. Pero pag click nila nung ad, nagiging lead na sila. Okay? So that's the difference. So yung prospect is that potentially this person uh is interested in my business, but when that person demonstrated or showed interest in your business, that person becomes a lead. Okay, so that's a very it's a very small definition, a small difference in terms of definition, but it's important that you know the meaning. So prospecting and lead generation is the process, strategy or techniques of collecting information of target prospects or leads for sales and other business purposes. So alam mo na kung sino yung prospect mo at nagpakita ng interest yung mga leads mo. Prospecting and lead generation naman is the process or strategy on how to get their contacts or get their information so you can start your interaction with them. Okay. Now, the difference of prospect and leads. Ano yung difference? Other than the definition, we have what we call the warm and cold. Okay, warm, leads who provided their information to you. So, ito yung mga leads na nagbigay talaga sa iyo ng information. Sila yung voluntary na nagbigay ng information sa iyo. Let's say their email or their phone number. So, that's called warm. Okay. Yung cold naman, a prospect whose information you obtain from research. Ikaw naman yung naghanap ng information nila with or without their knowledge. Okay? Yan yung tinatawag na cold. Okay. Doing good so far?
Yes po, coach.
Okay, great. Okay, now, so why it's important? Why prospecting and lead generation is important? So it's an effective way to reach your target customer, business partners, and consumer for the growth of your business. So our operational word for tonight is target or targeted. Okay, so yes,
Sir,
yeah.
who, what are leads again?
Okay,
Sir.
leads, these are prospect who showed interest in your organization. So,
Okay.
yeah. So you start with prospect. Let's say you think these are the people that might be interested to join Virtualahan. And then so we send an ad, and then when you click on that ad, it means you showed interest in that ad. You became a lead. So a lead is a person that shows interest in your organization. Okay? So we'll discuss that as we continue for for broader understanding. So now, when you do lead generation, it's an effective way for you to reach your target customer. Okay, hindi random. Okay, our efforts now, we want to be efficient in our spending, in our efforts. So we want to make sure that we reach our target customer, and that is through lead generation. Now, a majority of businesses that hire virtual assistants are startups or SMEs, small, medium, or micro organization. Kumbaga, their their database, their customer base is not yet very big. Okay, and that's why in most cases they need people. If they want to hire people, they need prospecting and lead generation as a skill. So, kasi ngayon, if you apply for a certain post, hindi lang, hindi siya special. In most of the time, hindi siya specialized. You need to have, you should be multi-skilled. And one of the skills that's very helpful for virtual assistants is lead generation. Kasi dito yung maraming trabaho. Yung mga nag-hire usually ng mga virtual assistants ay mga startups, mga small companies or medium companies, medium-sized companies. So they are growing their business, and one of the requirements is for you to know how to do lead generation. Okay. Now, just want to let you know that here in Virtualahan, I think you'll be learning 5 skills. And these skills, you need these skills to when pag nag-uumpisa kayo nung online career ninyo. Okay? Pag I think siguro dun sa mga dun sa mga already have experience, maybe this is an add-on or maybe a review for you. So, but for those na this is your first time trying, so we'll give you the necessary skills para makapag-umpisa nung online career ninyo. Okay, so let's have a simple knowledge check. Type your answer or you can recite your answer. So for an online seller of cosmetics, which of the following are considered good leads or prospect and why? Okay, so A, babies, B, women office workers, C, retailers, or D, couriers. Okay, let's see. B and C, B and C, D. Okay. Okay, B and C, B and okay, there you go. Okay. So, the correct answers are okay, B and D. Okay, so B and D, women office workers. Why? Because more likely women office workers will use cosmetics. Okay, now a lot of you wrote or answered C. Okay, retailers. Now remember this word, target or targeted. Okay, we want to make sure that our efforts are targeted. When you say retailers, we don't know if retailer ba sila ng cosmetics. Okay? They could be retailer ng sabon, ng bigas, ng, ng vegetables. So, they're not yet targeted. So that's why they're not yet considered good leads because they're very broad. Okay? So couriers are good leads kasi nga if you're online, you need couriers like JNT, LBC to send your products. So that's why it's B and D. Okay? Retailers, hindi pa siya considered as good leads kasi it's still broad in terms of category. We need to be more specific. We need to be more targeted. So it's say if it's a cosmetics retailer, then pasok siya doon sa good leads or good prospect. Okay? So remember that. It needs to be specific enough for you to be considered a good lead.